Yo, what's good, YouTube? What it do? Man, listen. At the end of the day, G, a lot of people not gon' really understand where I'm coming from with this, and probably some people will. But one thing I will say is, I just got done, watching the video or whatever. And a lot of people think mental health is a joke. See, we grew up in a world, we grew up in a world where people joke around with suicide and people joke around with, killing themselves and, go kill yourself and, shit like that, right? People play around with it, but it's people that's actually doing it on a consistent basis. And statistics and, the bullshit that you see in this world, right, proves it. Most motherfuckers is not doing good, G. Most people in this world right now do not have their shit together mentally. See, I don't give a fuck about money. You know what I'm saying? You can have money but still be fucked up. All these people that's killing themselves that got bread, bro. You know what I'm saying? So money is irrelevant in this topic. But what I really want to talk about is how, I'm always keep saying this, man. Your environment, bro. You can't afford to be around bullshit, bro. Because I'm going to be the nigga to tell you, people don't give a fuck. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that's really saving me right now, I'm not even gonna lie, one thing that's really saving me right now is the gym and being aware. It's a lot of people right now that want to kill themselves because they're not aware of the bullshit that's going on regarding the situations that they put themselves or in just because of their environment. They not aware. They don't see it from afar. Right? They don't understand that this person is projecting whatever the fuck they got going on in their life onto them, but they don't see it that way. They see it as, oh, they talking shit, so now they got to clap back. Now you end up losing your life. Now you end up having to go to jail. Now you end up having to deal with the law, all because you didn't see the signs. You didn't see the bullshit from afar away, and you didn't have the knowledge that you could have acquired, right, in order to know it's bullshit. And now you don't give a fuck about what the fuck was going on in that regarding that situation. And that's how majority of people are. Like when people talking shit, bro, clapping back is something that is irrelevant. I don't believe in arguing. I believe in talking. You know what I'm saying? Arguing doesn't do shit, because when you arguing, now you're not focused on the solution no more. You're focused on attacking the situation. When you argue, you're more focused on attacking the situation compared to a solution. You know what I'm saying? I agree with conversations. I don't agree with arguing though. I don't agree with that. But it's one of them things, man, where I was looking at I don't know if y'all know, but college football player / prospect / future Hall of Famer. I'm low key gassing them up, but they say he was finna get drafted or whatever, but the case was so deep with, you know, him and regarding his family and the shit that he had going on around him. The case was so bad, it got to a point where, you know, they said they was making fun of his mug shots. They was, that's all you seen on his Instagram feed, and, you know, people was constantly making jokes about it, and people was consistently bringing up the case, right? And then they had said that, which is this week, they had said the day of the court day, like the day before or 2 days before the court day, he had killed himself. All because it was a lot to handle. It is a lot, though. Like, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily blame him. I don't necessarily blame him for doing it. But at the same time, it causes more pain and hurt on your family when you do that. Like, I understand it's tough. It is, y'all. Like, it's rough, man. Like, these athletes, like, even regular people, even regular motherfuckers don't got it easy. But these athletes, bro, and these niggas that's famous and that's getting to the chicken bag and shit, bro, they do not have it easy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But the case was, they had said he was in the car. He was in the car and he had got in a wreck. And it was a hit and run. And then the man ended up dying too. You know, it was a 78-year-old man. He had ended up dying. They didn't call for aid or they didn't call for help with 911. So it was basically a hit and run felon. That's what it said. A hit and run felon. I'm not going to speak too much about the case, because I don't really know too much. I'm just going based off what I just seen in the YouTube video with, what's his name? Ocho and Shannon Sharp. So, like I said, y'all can go do y'all own research about that. My whole point of making this video was to let people know, bro, at the end of the day, bro, a lot of things in this world is bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's not worth it. It's not worth it at the end of the day. That's my whole point of making this video. It's not worth it. Like, it ain't. Like, losing your life, killing yourself, I don't think people understand. In order to reach a point where you want to kill yourself, it takes a lot. It does. It's one thing to say you're going to kill yourself, but it's another thing to go through with it. See, to go through with doing that, you have to reach a point that is so bad to the point where it's like, it's unexplainable. Suicide is one of them things you can't explain. You just have to reach a certain point, you know? So it sucks, but, you know, and that's a tough situation for his family. Like, he was just finna get drafted. He had his pro day recently for college football, if y'all don't know what that is or not. But he had his pro day, and he was finna get drafted, man. 24 years young as fuck. Young, bro. Born in 01, 02, somewhere around the early 2000s. You know, young, bro. Young boy. But it's crazy because that is a lot to deal with, man. Like, that is. Like, a lot of people really underestimate that bullshit that goes on with these judges. And then not only that, you're in a spotlight. So now it's affecting his draft stock. It's affecting his image. It's affecting, you know, what people might perceive as him now due to the simple fact he killed somebody. Because that's basically what he did. I don't know for a fact, but, you know, they basically saying that since it was a hit and run and the person died, they say he killed him or whatever. So, but it's a lot to deal with, man. It is. A lot of people underestimate that. you know. But me personally, I just come on here, like I say, I don't know 100% of the case. I'm going based off. Remember what hey, look, listen to what I'm saying. Because, you know, some people like to, you know what I'm saying, you know, some people like to twist your words, and some people try to, like, want to come after you for whatever reason about a specific topic that you're talking about. I don't know 100% of what's going on with the case. I'm going based off what Shannon Sharpe and what Ocho Cinco, you know what I'm saying, said in the little clip or the little video that they made. You know what I'm saying? I'm summarizing what they basically said. I'm summarizing. This is not exactly what they said regarding the case, but I'm making it up. I'm basically summarizing the whole case up. You know what I'm saying? So people won't come after me because, hey, look, I ain't did shit. My whole point of making this video was to wake people up about suicide, about the bullshit that's going on in today's society and how to refrain from it. And another thing too is it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's too much to live. It's too much to live for. It's too much to do in this world. And it's too much things to really go after that you probably don't know about, but at the end of the day, you'll realize one day. But you have to do what you got to do right now in order. You got to do what you got to do right now in order to get to that point. It's just it's just what it is. But how you can make that process better is by understanding them 3 things that I just said. That's how you can make the process a little bit more smoother and a little bit more better. Because a lot of the things in this world is not worth it, my nigga. Like, you may think it's worth it going back and forth. You may think it's worth it going back and forth with that nigga. But in reality, bro, it's bullshit. You may think it's worth it, you know what I'm saying, driving past the speed limit or going above the speed limit. You may think it's cool. You may think it's, you know what I'm saying, you trying to show off. Next thing you know, bro, you in jail. You not able to pay for the bond. Or you don't have people to back you up. Or you don't have no family out there. So now you out there stuck. Now you fighting for your own life. You can't call nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's too much risk. You know what I'm saying? It's too much risk at the end of the day. But see, if you was to understand these things, then your process would be a little bit more smoother at the end of the day. It's just something that you got to wake up and realize, bro. A lot of shit in this world is not worth it, my G. Trust me, it's not. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, bruh, that's all I wanted to make this video for, man. Like I say, don't twist my words up. I don't know 100% of the case. I don't know 100% of the details regarding the case. All I know is that I know for a fact he committed suicide. And the case was regarding something about him getting into a car accident, which involved a hit and run and a felon, meaning the person that they crashed into died. The man was 78 years old. I don't know who was driving. I don't know if he was in the passenger seat. I just know that's what the case was basically talking about. But either way it go, it's still a fucked up situation. It still don't change the fact the situation is fucked up and it's not okay. So that's all I gotta say about that, man. Like I say, shout out to his family, bro. Prayers to his family, prayers to his friends. Like I say, mental health is real. It's a real thing, and I don't think people really understand this shit because they think it's a joke. When in reality, it's real, bro. What that dude just did, millions of people thinking about doing right now. What that young man just did, bro, there's hella people thinking about doing the exact same thing he did. It's just that they not known or public. They're not a public figure / known enough in order for you to really see it. But what he did, there's millions of people thinking about doing right now. There's millions of people right now thinking about doing what he did. It's fucked up. It's sad. But at the end of the day, man, you really gotta fight that shit, bro. And you just, like I said, it come down to self-awareness. Like you gotta understand, bro. A lot of shit in this world is straight bullshit. And it ain't worth it at the end of the day. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? So it just come down to it really come down to self-awareness, bro. You know, but it is tough. Like I'm not finna sit here and act like it ain't tough. It is. It's a lot. Because you got so much thoughts in your head. You thinking about this, you thinking about that, and then you got, you know, football on top of that, and then you got, you know, family and shit, but this case, and, you know, all of this shit, it really is a lot. And I see why he did it. I do see why he did it. I do. I see why. But at the same time, the fact that you actually did that is going to affect your family even worse now, because not only did you go through the pain, but now your family got to go through the pain times 10 because you did that to yourself. So, and the people and your friends and family and, you know, your cousins and shit and your loved ones that you had around you and your peers. So, yeah, man, that shit ain't no game, man. Like I say, hang in there, bro. You know, it's like I say, it's a lot of people that's thinking about doing that. For real, it really is. I don't find it funny. I don't think it's a joke. I don't think it's not serious. If anything, like I say, suicide is one of them things I've been aware of. Because you have to reach a certain point in order to want to do that. You really do. And people don't really understand that. But in order to commit suicide, you have to reach an extreme certain point. You really do. So, like I say, man, don't go through with that shit. If you're a person that's watching this and you thinking about doing that to yourself, realize the bigger picture, bro. Really sit down with yourself. No phone, no TV, no internet, no social media. Really sit down with yourself and ask yourself, bro, is this shit really worth it? For real. It ain't worth it, bro. Like I said, it's going to cause more harm on the people that surround you than how much harm it's going to do to you at the end of the day. It's going to cause more harm around the people around you. And that's something you have to really understand, bro. You really do have to understand that. Because now his family still dealing with that shit. And it's gonna be something they deal with for a very long time. Because situations like this involving a case, involving, you know, what your kids got going on, involving the football life, this is something that you're not gonna just skip over. You know what I'm saying? This is something that's gonna be stuck in his family's lives for a very, very, very long time. Very, like it's deep, man. And this shit is not a joke too. So shout out to all the people that's really struggling with mental health right now, but still finding a way. Because it's not easy, bro. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, you got to realize the bigger picture, and you got to really have a deep understanding. You're here for a bigger purpose. You're not just here to post social media videos or post TikToks and shit. You're not just here for that, man. You're here for a way bigger purpose. You here for a way bigger purpose. You know what I'm saying? A way bigger purpose. Regardless of what the fuck you got going on, you here for a way bigger purpose, bro. Really understand that. Like, you're here for a way bigger purpose. Really understand that. You're here for a way bigger purpose. Really understand that. And I'm going to leave it off at that, man. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you want to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out, though. Y'all have a good night. Peace.